I have been asked many times if I see the site of the Titanic sinking as a consecrated gravesite. I always reply that gravesites are maintained for the mourners to remember events and loved ones. So, in the sense of remembrance, yes, the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, 2.5 miles down, is where the remains of 1,500 people who died in 1912 did lie. Due to the dissolution of the bones and the scavenging of ocean creatures, there is little left but debris from the Titanic. But only a few people will ever be able to descend to the depths to pay tribute to those people. The photos that have been taken by Dr. Ballard and other scientists and adventurers over the years allow us all a glimpse of the serenity and beauty of the Titanic's last resting place. Dr. Ballard's argument is that it is a gravesite and should not be disturbed or artifacts removed. His comment was, quote, "You don't go to Gettysburg with a shovel and you don't take belt buckles from the Arizona," unquote. That is so true because we have a way to get to Gettysburg and walk through the horrors and the amazing stories from our very own Civil War, which was anything but civil. We can also go to the site of the Arizona and see her through the murky waters and visit the memorial in her honor. I always liken this to the pyramids. I grew up loving to read about Egypt and her history, including those marvelous structures. Intrepid scientists through the years have taken artifacts for their own self-gratification, but there have also been scientists who brought out of the depths of those formidable buildings artifacts that allow us to visit a museum and see in all their beauty the treasures of thousands of years of history. History should be seen, touched, brought back to life because all the people we study in history were once as alive as we are this very minute. The people from the Titanic that I talk about in my presentations become alive for future generations to remember them and their stories. Looking at a white star-lined dinner plate or a stem of crystal that lay on the ocean floor for 80 plus years after that night in 1912 brings real meaning to the lives of people who no longer inhabit this earth. Museums have been built from time immemorial to allow the future generations to see how people lived, what their lives were like, and what contributions they made to mankind. The Titanic is a museum that most of us can never visit. Scientists and historians can and should work together to assure that people who live in 2200 and beyond would be able to see and understand the magnificent Titanic and see her stories through the artifacts. Thank you.